From there, we talk about ways in which the church in Kenya is helping in improving the economic status of the people. How is the church helping people? Number one, providing business education. That is it. It trains the people. The church is training people on how to engage in business. That is how it is trying to improve people's economic status. Also providing education, that is to equip people with the skills so that they can be employed. Either they can have their own job, or they can have self-employment. Yes. When you have your own shop and you're selling in the shop, or you have your own wholesale and you're involved in the wholesale, not only the workers, all that is employment. It's self-employment. You cannot say you're an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur means that your business can easily work and make money without you being there. Also, another way that the church helps in improving economic status of the people is by providing technical education. We have very many technical colleges that are funded by are run by the church. And we also have manufacturing industries. Also, you look at the church also provides job training. We have colleges that train nurses. We have doctors. Also, they train doctors, and we have teachers training colleges that are run by the church. That is how they are trying to improve the economic status of the people. Also, the church gives loans to entrepreneurs so that they can start their business. And if your business is not doing well, also the church gives you loans to improve your business. They also provide employment, and we talked about it the other day. You can be employed as the gardener within the church, as the church cleaner, as the cook for the pastor. Also, they provide health facilities in order for people to remain healthy so that they can build the economy, or they can improve the economical status. Also, they encourage people to work hard. They teach people to use their money wisely, but this aspect nowadays they don't. When they teach you to use your money wisely, and they're telling you to contribute more than, what we were told in the Bible, we are told to contribute what? 10%, yes? Now after 10%, it's according to how you feel. They teach people to manage their families, and they do this by teaching them on family life education. And in order for people to improve their economic status, they also teach them on better farming methods in order for them to grow crops and also keep the animals well in order to be able to sustain their livelihood. And they teach them also home management. Steps a Christian can take to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor. Narrowing the gap. There is the gap between the rich and the poor. If you look at the most wealthy person, we talk about the 1%, and the most poor person, we should not have a very big gap. It should be small. But in our country, it is very large. There is a very big difference between the person who's wealthy and the person who's what? Who's very poor. So, there are steps that as a Christian you can take to bridge this, to narrow it, to make it smaller. In that even if someone is poor, they can be able to do what? To get their basic needs. They can be able to take their children to school. And they are working comfortably. So number one, how you can narrow that gap is by paying taxes. Whether you're working or you are an entrepreneur, you should pay taxes. You should create job opportunities. Because if you create the job opportunities, the poor are going to be employed, and they are going to get their basic needs from that. Also, you provide education and skills training to the poor. Yes? This is whereby, and I've seen it now, this one I can give a good example. The way I was taught that if you're wealthy, you don't even have to do much. You take from every family that is very poor, you take at least one or two of their children. And you take them to what? To school. And you pay for their what? Their school fees and their needs. That is how. If you can't afford 2 in every family, just do 1. And you don't have to go very far. In your own family, extended family, if there are those who are poor, you just take their what? Don't help the mother and the father. Just take the child. Take them to school. After the school, ensure they go to where? To high school and to go to college. And then they go from there, they are going to help themselves and help the what? They are going to teach, they are going to take to school, to take their siblings to school. And they are going to help their what? Their parents. You've changed the whole homestead. But nowadays, I was shocked the other day. And this is from experience. Oh my God. Someone was taken from a very just poor background. Now I know of 2. They were taken to school. They were taken to the KMTC. They are nurses. And when they are nurses now, they don't want to educate their siblings. They do not want to take their siblings to school. They want just to use their own money. And it is a lady. It is not even a man. We can say, oh, he's wasting his money with women. She doesn't want to take the siblings to school or even to help the parents. Number 1, she got lost for some time. That was so shocking. Because when they were in KMTC, they did not have a job. But this person ensured that they get a what? A job immediately. And they were in the payroll. So they're earning 40 and above, 40,000. And back at home, the younger sister wants to go to high school. How much is paying school fees for high school? If you're earning 40,000, you just need a salary of 1 month, yes? And you've paid even 3/4 of the what? Of the year. If you even take them to a day school, that is what? It's not even a all month's what? Salary. They don't want to. It was so shocking. I'm even concerned. Now I don't know how you can help someone now. How we can bridge that gap now anymore. I do not understand. Also providing education, which we talked about it. Assisting the poor to access loans and credit facilities. This one is not good. You cannot help them access loans, and you cannot give someone money that they've never seen. And I was talking here about 10,000. I even went ahead. If I give you 5,000 today, you will not have it tomorrow. You won't. No, I'm not talking when you're here in school. In school, you can only buy what? Bread. You can't go beyond 2 breads. 2 loaves of bread. You can't go beyond that. Even if in the morning you eat a loaf of bread a full, because now you have money, of course you will buy 50 shillings. I have never seen anyone who's generous here who will, even if I give them 5,000, will buy for the others. No. You will buy a whole full loaf. And then at 10, you will do the same. That's how much? How much is a loaf of bread? 60. That's 120, right? In school, you can keep the money. But at home, you begin with 5,000. You are there at your home. That day, you won't even eat at home. Not even 90% of you, 99.9% will not eat at that homestead. Most of you, the way I know you, number 1 here, people will call. Hello, K.C.S.E, yes? Bring me food. And then others will hit the next joint. Come, I show you that I have money. What productive thing can you do with that 5,000 as a student who knows what they are doing? If you were given that money, you could save for a week without even using a cent. Just digesting how you'll use it. We are told that if you get a windfall, like today, if I'm given 10 million, I'm not supposed to even use it for the next 6 months. I'm supposed first to write it down. How am I going to use it? Because I'll be very excited because of the windfall. Because I've never handled cash like this, 10 million. Let her go, I've never. So of course I'll be excited. How am I going to use this money? So I'm supposed to keep it where it's going to be productive, maybe keep it in a high yield, and then start calculating. Mostly I'll do maybe mutual funds. Yeah, mutual funds are good. As I think for the next, so that now the level of being excited can go down. But how many people can do that? So then now you plan how I'm going to do real estate. I'm going to make this building. I'm going to make 2 flats. Oh yeah, or something like that. But you have first to go down so that you can start thinking clearly. And even if today I'm given 10 million, I won't stop working. Oh God. If you stop working, your body will die. You cannot stop working. You need to grit. You need a particular challenge, and for life to go on. Yes, you can because now you have money. You can be holding for 6 months, but you can still be working, so that your brain can be functional. Otherwise, you'll die very soon. Why do you think the president has a lot of money and they're still working? Why do you think so? So that is how the people who talk about money usually say. They say, if you want the money, you should stay 6 months without touching the money. You keep it somewhere. Even if inflation is going to attack it, you know you did not have the money, right? Yeah. But if before you had, there's a way you know how to invest. Even in those 6 months, you would have calculated the way you're going to make the best investment with the money. But now if you're given, I gave you 5,000. Even staying it with it for a day, not even a week, is a problem. So we need to change our behavior. Also, another step that a Christian can take to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor is preaching against bribery and corruption. Because people who are getting involved in corruption, they're getting more wealthier than the what? They're poor, and they're stealing from the poor. Also, you advocate for values like hard work, justice. You advocate also for fairness. You avoid also corrupt practices. And you call the government to be accountable. In everything step they are taking, they should be accountable for it. They should be able to explain, we did this because of this. For example, a good example is, it's called what? Expressway. It was a good move, right? It was a very good move, let me tell you. But now, the government took a loan. The expressway was constructed, right? And we are still paying. Why are we still paying? Because the money is not directly. We are being told that now someone wants to own it. It does not belong to the government anymore. So I'm wondering, when we are paying like from somewhere, like from Lolongo, because you're Lolongo, to somewhere like where I branch when you're at Mara, is it? When you're in Ole Sereni, you branch there. That's like 160 shillings. What if you get from Lolongo to Westlands? How much is it? They could have made that money now because most people are using it. We could have paid at least quarter of it. But now if someone wants to collect the money for their own benefit, that's now whereby the gap is going to widen. Because that person will be rich and the other people will be what? Poorer. And then, so that's where I'm talking about the government should be very accountable for every step they take. And everything that they do, they should be able to explain it. And also the church should practice justice. In their own institution, every church should be just. Whereby I told you, if there is a funeral there, someone died in a wealthy homestead and someone died from a poor, they should go in both what? Both places. They should treat them fairly. If let's say 10 pastors are going to the wealthy homestead, also 10 pastors should go to the what? To the poor homestead. But I was challenging, I think, my mother was asking my mother, why is the church doing this? Because, my mother is so prayerful more than me. Then she told me, if they go to the person who's very wealthy, they are going to find a big congregation, yes? And they will preach to more people, understand? And if they go to the poor person, there are very few people, so they can send one person. You see her mentality. Even today, I cannot understand. That is what she was telling me. So, many people are going to go because people normally are like that. They want to go eat from the wealthy person's place. So, more people will be there. So, there's a bigger a larger congregation. So, that's why many of them are going to go there so that they can preach to a bigger crowd. When you think about it like that, the church is correct. So, I don't